Welcome all you OGs out there, whether you're an online gamer, an original gangster, or just an old geezer like me. This is Yuli, 1961, for Old Gamers Never Die. And I'm kind of hanging out on Atlas, but the video today is going to be a little bit different. I got a lot of work to do on Atlas. There were some problems with the last patch that I'm still recovering from. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different today and put something out there for the folks that maybe they don't play a lot of video games, but are looking for something new, something to keep them from being bored. Hey, you guys heard of this new AI craze? It's something cool. And I've been experimenting with it while I had a little bit of downtime to try it out. And let me tell you, it is very cool. And honestly, it is, most importantly, free to use right now. And I'll show you how to do that so that you have absolutely no output as far as any kind of money to buy any programs or anything like that. It's easy and it's fun. And hey, maybe you'll learn something and you'll do something cool and you'll go, hey, look what I made. There's some controversy around AI right now. There's always controversy around new stuff. So I'm going to spare that part of the discussion. Maybe I'll come back and revisit it sometime if people are interested in this kind of content. But I thought I'd throw this out there for people who maybe enjoy video games but are kind of burnt out on them a little bit and they want to take a break. Or maybe you're just wanting to do something crafty. Hey, this is something to do that is a little bit related to video games. Honestly, I use it for things like thumbnails. You'll see it on my YouTube channel on the header. It's just something cool to use. So I'm going to show you how to do it. It's really not going to be hard. It's going to be free. And trust me, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay. And I'm not going to get into the technical stuff. I am not a technical guru for AI. I will give you what you need to do to get started and try it out. Okay. So the first thing we're going to have to do is get a program called Discord. You may already have Discord. If you've been playing video games, you probably do. It's kind of the new thing for communicating back and forth in video games. There was TeamSpeak. Maybe you remember back in the day if there was IRC chat. And you know, if you're my age, you remember back to CB radios. Yeah, think of it like that. It's kind of a CB radio for the internet. I'm going to show you how to get into there really quick. I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail because it's very simple. You just got to set up your account and go. It's free. And this is how you do it. This is discord.com. Go to this website. This works for PC, for Apple, for Android, for iPhone, Xbox. And what I've heard is they're getting ready to introduce a version for PlayStation. So it's pretty much anywhere you can go. You can use it on your phone. You can use your computer, your tablet, whatever else. Once you sign up your account, you just sign in on whatever technology you want to use to get on the application and you're good to go. You can download it for Windows. I've got a Windows PC. If you're on a Mac, you can download, it'll say download for Mac. You can open it up as your browser. The easiest thing is to scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says sign up and click on that. And when you do that, it's going to say create an account. And yeah, you're going to have to create an account for several of these items, but they're all free. It'll just be another password you're going to have to keep up with. Sorry, can't help that people try to do bad things if you don't have a password on your account. But you put in your email, pick a username. It doesn't matter what it is. Usernames on Discord, you can put anything on there. It'd be nice, right? But when it tracks you and your account, it tracks you by your number, not your name. So you can put any username in here, your password, make sure you keep track of that so you'll be able to get back in. You can set it so that it automatically logs you in every time you get on here. There's also a two-factor authentication if you're interested in doing stuff like that to make sure nobody gets into your account. Yeah, you put your password in, your date of birth stuff, hit continue, and it's going to create you an account. Okay, so when you get signed in, you're going to end up with a page that's going to look something like this. Not really. It's not really going to look a lot like this, but it is going to look something like it in that you're going to have a left-hand column that's going to have basically this little thing here and this little thing down here, plus and Explorer servers, because that's all you'll have. I have a lot of servers that I'm part of. And this one I'm going to show you is called Blue Willow. Now, this is the one that lets you do artificial intelligence generated images, and you're basically just typing in what you want to see, and it's going to show you different options on what that is. Now, you may have heard of Midjourney. Midjourney is another program like this, and I've got their Discord channel as well. The problem with Midjourney is while it's more sophisticated, it's been around longer, but it also only gives you like 25 iterations on your free account, and then you have to sign up and pay a subscription price. Blue Willow is at present completely, totally free. You don't have to pay anything for it, and it is incredible the features that it has on there for free. I'm focusing all this stuff around free things for you to use out here on the internet. Okay, now you have your Discord, right? So it's going to have your little plus, your little button here, and it's going to have nothing over here in this column and none of this stuff, okay? But basically it's going to work like this. These are your channels. Each channel is going to have different rooms that you can go in and talk in, and you can do text chat and you can do voice chat in most of them. While you're at it, hey, look in the description of the video and you can join the OGs. We have a server up too. And yeah, you can come out and talk with us and talk with me, and we have game servers. Hey, there's a little picture of me. Everybody's messing around, but our game servers are out here and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, but what we're interested in Blue Willow. Now to get to Blue Willow, you're going to need to go to their website. So we're going to go back over here and we're going to type in Blue Willow AI, okay? bluewillow.ai. And you're going to come up to the screen right here. And when you do that, if you have Discord open and you click join beta, it's going to send you an invite. You just continue to Discord and it's going to bring you back over here to the Discord site. And you're going to have some information to read, the welcome information, how the thing works. I'm going to go through that with you so that you don't have to read through all this stuff. You're certainly welcome to do that. And I encourage everybody to read everything. But this is how this thing works. All right, so you're in now Discord. This is the AI. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start creating images because we can do that right away. There's really not a whole lot to it. You want to start in the rookie channels. So you scroll down, you find rookie. And you look at, there's several channels and they make more as people fill them up, but pick a channel and look and see how much stuff is happening in it. All right, so let's pick one that's, there's Iron Man, kind of. Okay, so let's go down here to, let's go to rookie 42. Let's do that. And then we'll just drag this thing down all the way to present because people have been generating images in here, and I want to get down to the bottom here so we can see kind of how fast these things are coming up, because that'll give you a good idea of how much people are using it in that particular channel. I usually like to stay down towards the bottom because the top ones are going to be the ones that fill up first, and then it kind of escalates down. Okay, so here we are. Now there is a disclaimer: do not post prompts that are going to create images that are not safe for work. If you get caught, people will report you and you can get banned from the channel. So don't do that. If something comes out that you put a prompt in and it randomly generates something that's a little bit questionable, you might get messaged by one of the moderators and say, hey, don't do that anymore. So here we go. We're going to start this process. To create an image, all you have to do is type in the slash character and imagine. Okay. IMAG, not image, imagine. And then when you hit space, it's going to give you a little thing that says prompt. Think of it this way. Your prompt is what you're going to tell the AI you'd like to see a picture of. And then what the AI is going to do is going to take that description and it's going to say, okay, this is what I think you want to see. And it's going to give you 4 images. You can see the one that somebody just generated here, but we're going to create one all our own, brand new right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in, let's do old man playing video games. Pretty simple, right? And we're going to hit enter and it's going to say, cool, that's a great prompt. If you didn't do it right, it will not do this. You will not get this message right here that says great prompt. And then we just wait for a little bit and it's going to start thinking about it. It's going to generate some images. And when we see ours come up, you'll see that it'll kind of like be highlighted a little bit. And it's going to give us 4 images to pick from to see if it got it close to being right. Okay, so here is our image that it came up with. So we've got our old man. That's just the old man sitting there. We have an image of an old guy with a controller in his hands. We're getting there. And there's another guy that's playing. He looks like he's having fun. And there's another dude that looks like he's handing us the controller. Okay, so those are images that it's created. Just from what I put in there, that's what it said. Well, I think that's probably what you're looking for. Now, if we like any of those, what we can do when we go back to our, we kind of scroll back here. So you can see where it's highlighted. This is the return from my prompt. There are buttons here underneath every image. U stands for upscale and V stands for variation. So, and the order the pictures are is this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. And then there's this button, which is the reroll button. So basically, if we didn't like any of these pictures, we could click on this button and it would redo everything. We're going to start with a kind of interested to see where number 4 will go. So I'm going to go ahead and upscale 4. So I'll see what it really looks like in a larger format, but I'm going to ask for variations on it as well. And then the rest of these I'm not really crazy about. So I'm going to say re-roll it. And when you re-roll, it's going to create a whole new set of images here. So let's scroll down and see if we don't have at least one. There's our upscale. It upscales really fast. And you can see it's decent quality. It's getting there to where we want. It's not perfect. You can see the guy, it's a little bit wonky here on where he's holding the controller, but yeah, nice image of the face and everything. I don't know what the heck he's wearing. It looks like a rubber bag. But anyway, okay, so there's our image. If we want to keep that, we could open our browser and get a bigger size image of it. The other thing we can do is we can right click on it and save the image to our computer, and we'll have it forever. You see, I've been saving a lot of images to my computer. Okay, so we've got that image. All right, so let's see what else the computer gave us. The AI is still thinking about our other stuff. Oh, here we go. Okay, so these are the variations it gave us on that. Lots of pretty photorealistic guys having a whole lot of fun playing with this controller. They're happy. Yeah, because gaming makes you happy. I like this one. I like this top left. So I'm going to go ahead and do some versions of that one too. And I'm also going to re-roll this whole thing because this is getting a little bit too realistic for me. I want it to be more cartoony. So we'll see if we can't get it to be a little bit more like that. All right, so let's go down here. Okay, so here is our complete re-roll. And you can see here, things got way different, right? The way the pictures look, the placement of the character, this looks completely different than what we had before. Not crazy about any of them. I don't know what this guy's got. It's like quadruple decker controller. This guy looks like he's carrying a pair of binoculars. So the AI is maybe trying to figure out what the heck a video game controller is. Maybe it's not really crazy about that prompt, but we can hit the re-roll button again and see what comes up. But it's not just pictures of people. Look at, I mean, these are some things that people are putting out there. This is a beautiful picture of a forest, some really cool trees in the skyline. And you can look at other people's stuff and you can see how the prompts that they're putting in are going in there. Now, if you go to Blue Willow, there's a couple things that are in the FAQs, but basically when you're making images in here, these are your images. You can do with whatever you want to. You can use them for commercial purposes. You can use them for your own entertainment, whatever you want to do, they're yours. The only thing that Blue Willow says is if you put it in here and somebody else copies it, it's fair game. And there's no private channels yet in Blue Willow like there are currently in Midjourney. So if you played around with Midjourney, you know that if you pay a subscription, you can get a private channel and private sessions and you can look at your own stuff and nobody else can see it. So that's not where this is at right now, but you know, it's okay. There's lots of stuff scrolling through these screens all the time. Okay, so let's go. We re-rolled this one. We did a version of the other one. Let's scroll down and see what we got. Okay, so here's these guys are really happy still. We're getting more like a t-shirt instead of a rubber weird I'm sure the controllers are looking a little bit better, but you know what? This is still not what I'm looking for. And again, this is the complete re-roll and it's still not great. Hey, he's got a really big controller and he just wants us to play with it, I guess. This is a cool picture. It's not what I was looking for, but it's a really cool picture up here on the right. Let's change our prompt a little bit. Let's take this guy. He's interesting. And it's not a photorealistic picture, but it's pretty cool looking. So we're going to take this picture and we are going to upscale it and we're going to get some versions of it. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to come down here. Those, yeah. Didn't really like what it came out to be. All right, so here's our picture. We had all those other prompts, right? Old man playing video games. That's what a prompt was that ends up with this. But let's take this guy now and let's do something different with him because he doesn't really look like a guy that's playing video games, but maybe we can change this a little bit and make it do something else. Now you can take a picture that you've made on here and save it and it'll be in your hard drive and you can use it later to make pictures off of. You just have to have it posted on the internet so that they can get the reference of where the file is. But I'm going to show you something while you're on here that you can do where you don't have to do that. You don't have to upload anything because it's already there. What we're going to do is, in addition to copying it, I'm going to go on here and I'm going to say copy link. Okay. And what that is doing is it's copying the link to this picture, not to this prompt anymore. And now we're going to go down here. We're going to put imagine. There's our prompt. When we hit space, it's going to put that in there. And then we're going to paste in, just Control V, that link to this picture. Didn't have to post it anywhere else. It's right here. Now, let's try, we're going to say old man. And we're going to, let's turn him, he looks kind of like a cowboy. Let's say Old West. Mountains in the background. Okay, so we've been more descriptive about what we want to see in the picture. Now let's talk about what the picture's going to look like as far as the composition goes. What I mean by that is, what else do we want to see in this picture? I want it to be more zoomed out. We're going to try to do that by saying wide angle. We'll see if it works. I don't really want to put a hat on this guy, but I do want to make it, because I'm making it a wider angle shot, I'm going to adjust what's called the aspect ratio. So right now, this is a square, 2 by 2, basically. So there's a couple of aspect ratios you can change in Blue Willow. You can make it 3 by 2 or 2 by 3. So we can either make it longer or we can make it taller. So I'm going to make this, since I'm asking for a wide angle, I'm going to make this longer. And the command to do that is, after you type in your description, you type in 2 dashes, AR space 3:2. So this should give me a picture that's wider, kind of a landscape versus portrait, right? Think of it that way. It doesn't always work, but we're going to try it and see what happens. Okay, so now we're taking this picture and we're going to make this guy right here into a cowboy. That's the hope. Let's hit the button. See what happens. Okay, we got our picture. Look at this. There's some mountains in the background. Not quite the same guy that we had. It looks close. Got similar ears, and it looks more photorealistic right now. So let's try, we're going to do something. We're going to make it a little bit more comic style versus photorealistic style. So what we're going to do is we're going to change our prompt one more time. Since I've already linked my picture, that's what this is going to be right here. So all I need to do is copy all this. Just hold down the button and copy that. Copy. Right click, copy, and then we're going to go back down here and we're going to say imagine. We're going to paste this in. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in, let's make a comic book. And let's make it Disney, Pixar. You notice I'm putting commas in between these words. There's been a lot of discussion around whether or not punctuation means anything in here or not. I like to put the commas in between so I can tell what I've put in and how I've written it. But the reality is the commas don't make any difference. If you don't put commas in here, it's not going to make a whole heck of a lot of difference. The only punctuation that it will make a difference is these 2 dashes for this command. --AR3:2. Those dashes are important. There's another command that's --no and then a space, and you can type in things you don't want in the picture. But let's see what this one comes up with. And if we need to exclude anything, we'll type in the no prompt. Okay, so now we've got our wide angle shot. It's got a pretty wide angle hat on this guy too, but we've lost our image that we started with. And that's kind of the thing about this particular art style, is it's a lot of just experimenting. So if you try to do things and you get something you didn't expect, it's real simple to just go back, remember what we said, and hit this reroll button, and it'll go back and look at our prompt again and say, hey, maybe something didn't work right. Let me go back and look at it again. Now, while that's doing that, let's look at the pictures it did create. It gave us a guy on a horse, 2 guys on horses. The horses are a little bit wonky because this is just the first pass. If we wanted to get a picture like this, we could go in and look at upscaling that picture just to see what it looks like. You know, if you were trying to get a Wild West scene and get the mountains in the background, we certainly got that out of that picture. So let's take a look and see how it looks. Yeah, I mean, kind of cool. Like I said, the horse it doesn't have any eyeballs. It's not fully formed yet, but if I wanted to make this scene into something, I could continue to iterate on it and clean it up until I got what I really wanted out of it. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so we're getting there. There's kind of a Pixar type of guy. He's got the Wild West in the background. Ooh, this is kind of cool. The little Desperado type thing, which is kind of the ones I'd like. All right, what we're going to do is do this. Now, remember I told you about no commands. What we're going to do is we're going to go, okay, cut this out again. We're going to say, paste it in here. After we put in image, I'm doing it wrong. After we type in imagine prompt, and we're going to copy that in there. And then we're going to say, we're going to take out the mountains in the background. Delete that. And I'm going to take out the wide angle. And I'm going to add a no prompt at the end of it with 2 dashes. And I'm going to say no horses. Okay, so it's just a cowboy. We're going to try that and see what that gets us. Okay, here's more of what I was thinking about. It's something like this, just a cartoon cowboy character. And it'll only take a few tries to get to it. But now we've got something to work on if that's what we're looking for. If we were looking for the scenic thing, then we might want to go back to this other prompt that we had and say we want to look at this one. And we like version 2. And we want to upscale that. And we want to, put that on a canvas. Hey, you can print these things off and they look really good. Or we can start working on this and figure out which expression do we like the most and how we want to look our cowboy look. It really is up to you once you get in here and you start doing it. And I encourage you to look at other people's prompts and see the kind of things that they're putting in there, cyberpunk, grunge, whatever, to see if there's stuff that might work with what you're trying to get to. Let's look at this image. Looks better far away than it does up close. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, that's kind of scary. Okay, we'll drop that out of there. But anyway, look at other people's stuff and see what kind of image they're generating from the prompts that they're putting in. Because there's all kind of stuff that you can put in here. Now, I'm going to give you something to help you with that as well. And that is a site called Lexica.art. And that's this site here. So if you type in Lexica.art, you're going to go to this page. And this is going to be a page full of images that people have generated on Stable Diffusion, on Blue Willow, any of this kind of AI type things. And the cool thing about this site, well, there's a couple cool things. One, look at the images people are coming up with. I mean, incredible the way this stuff really generates the most amazing types of pictures of all kinds. But you can go up here. If you're looking for an image, let's go image of you don't have to put in imagine here. Let's start old man cowboy cartoon. Let's type it in that way. See what we get. And what it's going to do is it's going to look for images that other people have done and put them up there. Really amazing. Now, if I like one of these, here's the second cool thing about it is, say I find one that's kind of different, not being crazy, like a zombie, Eddie Krueger tradition. That's kind of wild. I like this one. This guy's cool looking. All right, so if I click on that picture and bring it up, it's not only going to show me this picture, but it's also going to give me the prompts that this person used to get this picture. If you click on this button, you can copy that prompt. And the cool thing is, if you put this prompt in, you're not going to get this picture. You're going to get something, but it's not going to be this picture. It may be something even cooler. The other thing that this site lets you do is you can explore this style so you can see other images like it. But if you do this arrow thing, you can see other versions of this same kind of character that this person came up with. All right, so let's just take this prompt that we copied, right? We copied this out, and we're going to go back to our Blue Willow site. And just for kicks, we're going to put this in here. So we're going to type in imagine, and then we're going to put that prompt in, and we're going to hit enter. we'll see what comes up. Now, it may be better and it may not be better than what this prompt gave back originally, but it'll be something different. And it also gives you inspiration to see, okay, these are the things that I might want to think about when I'm putting in a prompt to get the image I'm looking for. With Blue Willow, you have to be a little bit more descriptive than you can be with Midjourney. Midjourney has a different engine and it pulls from different images. So you can be a little bit less descriptive in Midjourney than you can here, but it's free. Okay, so not anywhere near the picture we started with, but remember that reroll button. We can keep clicking that until we get somewhere that we really wanted to be. We'll try one reroll and see what we come out with. Okay, so it is continuing giving us a very cartoonish type style over here, but we're starting to get into something over here that we might could work with if we start doing iterations on there. I mentioned the Lexica just so that you'll have a place to go and give yourself some ideas on how to do prompts to get images like you're looking to get. As I said, this is a new kind of video for my channels, and if this kind of technology intimidated you before, I hope the things that we talked about today made it a little bit easier and you understand a little bit better. It is an experiment and you can get lost in this. Trust me. I have gone into there and said, you know, I just want to tweak this one thing, and next thing I know, it's 4 hours later. Like a video game, it can really suck up your time. And if you think of it like a coloring game, it really is a game. So give it a shot. Don't be intimidated by it. If you have questions, like I said, we started at the beginning. We got you a Discord account. Come to the OG Discord. The link is in the description below. Ask questions. I have an AI channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you learned something today and you appreciate the content, make sure you hit the like button. Let me know this is something that I should continue to put out there. And hey, if you enjoy the content, you've looked at some of the other videos that I put out, and you'd like to hang out with us, come to the Discord. Subscribe to the channel. That won't hurt my feelings a bit. Become an OG and, you know, hang out with us. We're a pretty normal group of people. We have people from all ages and all over the world. So come on out and join the chat. Thank you so much for coming. Y'all take care. Be well. Stay safe. And this is Yuli signing out.